Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hearthstone. My name is Tuskeh, and I think we shall play more of this game, because I like it. It's fun. This is probably the closest thing I've got to a Let's Play, but, yeah, I like it. I think that it's hopefully going to be useful. Do let me know if you find it useful, or if you just watch it for the hell of it. Honestly, either way, I don't mind. I think this is one of those games that you can just play, because it doesn't really have a story. You know, you're not talking over important lore and dialogue and things like that, which you can do in a lot of games, which is why I'm not a big fan of Let's Plays. Any hoot. What happened? What happened yesterday? Well, we got Illidan Stormrage, among a few other cards, so I think we should start by having a quick look at our collection. And my crafting thingy-majooble is yelling at me. Alright, well, I have disenchanting extra cards to do. I wonder what I have. I'm not entirely sure. It may just be something I picked up. That's fine. We get 5 dust. I wonder what we could craft with 5 dust. Probably not an awful lot. So let's have a look at what we got. So we got the Earth Shock, which silences a card and deals 1 damage to it, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a silence and 1 damage for 1, which isn't that bad, but I'm not entirely sure what I'd replace it with. Maybe I'd replace it with the Frost Shock, but freezing an enemy, you can use this on, like, say, a really tough creature that has loads of health, and that would actually just stop it from attacking next turn, as opposed to just silencing it, which would still allow it to attack. So I think I like the Frost Shock there. We do have 2 Rockbiter weapons, though. So I think I might actually replace one of those, because I don't generally tend to find myself using more than 1 per game. So I think we will throw the Earth Shock in instead of that Rockbiter weapon. Now, the Dust Devil, like I said last video, is really good. It's really strong, but it costs 3 mana because it's got 2 Overload. And it only has 1 health. So, I mean, if you play it on turn 1 and hope to get use out of it on turn 2, the enemy can just coin and then throw an answer down, even if that answer is a taunt or just their innate passive ability that just allows them to one-shot it. So it's risky as hell, and I'm not really a big fan of it for that reason. I've got a Golden Wind Fury, right? I should probably change that. Where did I put my Wind Fury? There it is. So we shall change that with the Golden Wind Fury, because it's shiny and nice, and I like golden cards. Other than that, I think we should have a quick look at the crafting, because we have loads of cards here that may potentially prove to be very helpful, because I've played the Shaman before, and I've had a few of these cards. I really liked Forked Lightning, which deals 2 damage to 2 random enemy minions. That's very nice. I also really like Lightning Storm. Very, very good. 2 to 3 damage to all enemy minions. Very nice. Also the Earth Elemental. Really, just a great card. 7/8. And a taunt for 5. It does have 3 Overload, but damn, it's a good card if it doesn't get controlled. And Feral Spirit. I really love Feral Spirit as a turn 2 play, if you have the coin. 2/3 Spirit Balls with taunt. Just an absolute nightmare to deal with. But before we do that, we have to think about Mr. Stormrage, I think. Because I've been thinking recently about Illidan Stormrage. He's an interesting card. Because he's a 7/5 for 6. Which is alright. I mean, the 5 health makes him a little bit easy to kill. The 7 attack is strong for a 6 card. A 6 cost. And every time you play a card, you get to summon something. Of course, you have to actually, you know, have the cards to play. And a 2/1 Flame of Azanoth isn't exactly super powerful. So, not entirely sure about him. There is one other thing we can do with Illidan, of course, and that is to disenchant him for 400 dust. And that would certainly allow me to start making other things. I think I would actually kind of like to do that. So, I'm afraid, Mr. Stormrage, I will just search for you here. Illidan. There you are. That we are going to disenchant you. My first legendary, and I disenchant it. Because the problem with legendaries in this game is that they're very gimmicky. Right, they have special effects as opposed to just being really powerful. There are some that are really, really, really strong, like Ragnaros and Ysera. Those kind of legendaries are really, really strong. But they're also gimmicky. And I mean, any legendary can really be countered by something like a Polymorph or a Hex. And for that reason, as cool as Illidan is, I think it may be an idea to disenchant him. So, goodbye, Mr. Stormrage. 400 dust is ours, which is very nice. So we shall go back to the Shaman, and look at all these that we can now craft. So we can craft just about everything, except for Alakir. So just looking around, I think I would like... First of all, I'm looking at this Manatide Totem, because I do struggle from card draw. Of course, this can be pretty easily killed, but if you can protect it, it can draw loads of cards. Of course, I'm also thinking about the Forked Lightning and the Feral Spirit and the Lightning Storm. And we have 400 of this to play around with, so I think we'll start by crafting a Mana Tide Totem. Just the one. And there it is. It's a very nice animation when you craft the one. So at the end of your turn, I get to draw a card, which is nice. But next, we will make a Feral Spirit, I think. 3 Spirit Wolves with Taunt. Very nice. And we'll grab that. Okay. And we have 200 left, so we will grab a Lightning Storm, which deals 2 to 3 damage to all enemy minions. And this damage will actually go up to 3 to 4 damage if you have a Spell Power Totem out, which is lovely. And finally, I think we shall get a Forked Lightning, because it's 2 damage to 2 random enemy minions. I like that. Of course, we could instead get the Stormforged Axe, which is a 2/3. And, yo, that's a nice axe, apparently. I can't decide between these two. I would like to know your opinions. But for now, I think Forked Lightning. Alright. So, we have all that. Now we have to figure out what to replace it with. We'll start with... What should we start with? Forked Lightning. So this is a removal card. For 1. Well, essentially 3. But we'll have to think about anything replacing from the 0 to 3. I may replace the Shattered Sun Cleric. Give a friendly minion 1/1. I haven't found that much use out of it so far. It's good for the minion synergy, but it requires me to have the advantage, and I need to be able to actually have the advantage first. I'm considering replacing the Ironbeak Owl, because I already have the Spellbreaker, and now the Earthshock, which would make 3 silences in my deck overall, which I think is a little bit too much, because you don't tend to use silence that much. You tend to use it for very important, kind of key, critical things. So I think we will replace the Ironbeak Owl with a Forked Lightning. Alright, moving on. Feral Spirit. This is essentially a 5 cost, because you've got the 2 overload and the 3 mana cost, so anything from the 3 to the 5, I think. Now, the Frostwolf Warlord, haven't got too much use out of him yet. He may still have potential, but I'm not sure. Gurubashi Berserker, haven't been able to find much use out of him, though. So, the combo of him and the Ancestral Healing is really great, but I haven't been able to do it yet, and he's very easily countered by a Silence, or a flat-out destruction card like an Assassinate, a Hex, or a Polymorph, so we will get rid of you, Mr. Gurubashi Berserker, and replace you with 2 Wolves. Alright, what's next? Lightning Storm, which is again another 5-cost card, which has more removal. We're going very control-heavy today. I kind of like that, I have to say. So what shall we replace? We could replace a Flame Tongue Totem. Adjacent minions have +2 attack. Not entirely sure if I want to, though. Because it gets really strong, those, if you can have 2 of them out. Especially near the end of the game. Could replace the Boulderfist Ogre. Or, again, the Frostwolf Warlord. Or the Windspeaker. Although I have got use out of the Windspeaker, so I think we'll keep him for now. Not replacing the Senjin Shieldmasters, because I love those trolls. So I think for now, Flame Tongue Totem, replaced with a Lightning Storm. I've missed one, haven't I? Oh, yes, the Mana Tide Totem. There we go. So this one I think is going to be very important. I'm going to need this for the extra card draw. So we shall go and replace... What shall we replace? Could replace the Ancestral Healing. I think we may actually have to do that. Haven't got that much use out of it so far. I did say I liked it. But we'll do a test run without the Ancestral Healing. If I find out that I really, really need the Ancestral Healing because everything goes wrong, we'll reconsider. But now that we've changed around the cards a little bit, it's time to play a game. We'll probably only play 1 or 2 today, because I've decided that having 40-minute long Hearthstone games, Hearthstone videos, may be a little bit off-putting for some people, so I think we may reduce it to more bite-sized chunks and just have more videos of Hearthstone overall. So hopefully that should be good. So now we wait for our first opponent. Alright, what do we have? Ah, a priest. It's the first priest we've fought. This should be interesting. Gonna have to think about Shadow Words, which is going to be annoying. Shadow Words are cards where if you have a card that has less than 3 or less attack, you can destroy it, or 4 or more attack. No, 5 or more attack. There are 2 different Shadow Word cards, and they're annoying. Alright, so let's see what we can replace. We can replace the Fire Elemental, I think. We don't need that. And the Flame Tongue Totem, because we don't need him quite yet. We need actual minions on the board to get use out of the Flame Tongue Totem. Ah, ooh, 2 new cards. All right, well, not many strong early starts there. All right, he's going to put something... Ooh, that's not so grand. Hopefully he gets this Engine Shieldmaster, because I don't want him getting anything else. So Mind Vision just basically copies one of my cards and nabs it from me. Thankfully, it doesn't just flat out steal it, because that would just absolutely suck. So what can we do? Not really anything at this point. There isn't really a good strong turn 2 play. We could coin and summon the Mana Tide Totem immediately. Alright, he's just going to hit me in the face. For 5 damage. That does hurt, but that's fine. Ah, and the Feral Spirit comes out. I think that's a great start, the Feral Spirit. So we're going to coin into the Feral Spirit. And that looks brilliant. Of course, the Feral Spirit, very nice. 2 minions out nice and early. It could absorb a few things. Of course, this does leave me without really anything next turn. It'll leave me with 1 mana. If you see down here, these are locked because I overloaded. And of course, this Feral Spirit has 2 overload, which means next turn I get 2... Interesting. He's going to silence one of my wolves. I'm not sure why he did that, but... Alright, so we get the Bloodlust. At this point, we can only play the Earth Shock or the Rockbite weapon, and he hasn't played any minions yet, so we're just going to start beating him in the face. And I know that he has the heal, and I hope that he does heal himself, because he only has 4 mana at the moment, and if he heals himself, that's 2 mana that he can't spend on something else. Oh, it looks like he's going to do it. Maybe he has a lot of strong minions, so we should probably start thinking about saving up. Alright, so what are we at? We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 cards. Not sure if the Mana Tide Totem will get much use at the moment. So we'll probably save it for just now. Even though we have a safe board, I don't want to overdraw. Because the maximum card limit is 10. And if you draw an 11th card, it just gets destroyed. Just there. You can't, like, switch it or anything. So it's very dangerous. So for now, I think we'll just wait. Of course, we've got the Wind Fury now. Haven't got any really strong minions to put the Wind Fury on. We could turn this into a 12 hitter for a bit. Oh, Holy Nova comes out. Not the best decision, I think. Where are all your minions, my friend? You're going to need some minions to fight me. No? Alright. I want to use these new cards to destroy minions, but apparently I just can't because... There you go. Oh, and we get the Healing Totem. That's perfect. Perfect. And again, another great thing about things like the Sen'jin Shieldmaster and the Spirit Wolves is that they are very difficult to kill with things like a Holy Nova, because it leaves them on very low health as opposed to just flat out killing them. So, this is why I like things like this. Alright, the 4-5 comes out. Finally, he plays a minion. What's he going to do now? He's got 2 more mana and 5 cards. He's going to double a minion's health. Okay. Interesting. He could probably Inner Fire that. Now, Inner Fire is a priest card that makes it so that the minion's attack is equal to its health, so that could become a 10-10, which is prime hex bait. So he could trade with either of these at the moment, which is not something I like, to be honest. We could throw out the 6-5, but if he Inner Fires that next turn, then it just becomes a nightmare. So, I think we will... I mean, we could Earth Shock it, and that would silence it and take it down to 4, but of course that also means we haven't got an answer to it unless we Rockbiter it. But, I mean, we'll have to trade eventually. So, what to do? I mean, I could Hex, but I only have the 1 Hex in my hand, and he could just bring out another nasty minion afterwards. So I think we will start by Earth Shocking and see what... It should take him down to 4. Right, okay, good. And then we will Rockbiter our wolf. And then trade. So there we go. Nice. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we will pop down the Mana Tide Totem at this point, and then be done with it. So there's the draw, which is very nice. I mean, I love the fact that it draws at the end of the turn, because you get immediate use out of it. I mean, even if he destroyed it now with a card, I've already got the 1 card out of it, which isn't bad. Of course, the longer it stays on the board, the more worth you get out of it, until it gets a little bit crazy. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do, my friend? Okay, the Might of Stormwind has been beholden. Now, this card is great by itself. It's not that great by itself, because it's only a 6-6 for 7. And it gives your other minions 1-1, which is why it's great if you have the advantage, but you haven't been playing minions, my friend. You need minions to get use out of this card. Right, let's see if we can kill him. So, we've got 3, if we Bloodlust. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, he's dead because we could Wind Fury. So we'll Bloodlust. I do love my Bloodlust. And then we will Wind Fury this dude. So bang, bang, bang. That's exact death as well. Death by totems. I always like that. So again, using the Bloodlust as the finisher. Great finisher. Oh, I missed the well played. And we're on a win streak, apparently, which is surprising after that Paladin loss, but there you go. Nice, good early start of the game. Didn't really get to use all of my new cards, which is a shame. Got some use out of the Earth Shock, though. And, of course, the Spirit Wolves and the Mana Tide. So I suppose we did get to see a few of the new cards. That Spirit Wolf, I think, locked him down nice and early, because he just... Maybe he had some low-cost cards that he couldn't play. Although, I still think he probably should have played them, because he just didn't end up with any minions. So that's a shame. Alright, who shall we face next? A Hunter. Interesting. Another new contender for the series. Although still Paladins are my least favourite. So we're going first, which sucks. And all of these cards are not great for going first, because they rely upon other minions. So I think we will actually discard all of them. And just pray to the gods of fate. The Harvest Golem's nice, but the other two aren't that helpful. Ah, good old Sentient Shieldmaster appearing in our hand. I do love the Sentient Shieldmaster. Such a hard-working little card. Oh, and he doesn't play anything. Curious. Alright. Oh, we'll just pop our totem out then. And it's a Taunt Tome. That would be nice against any kind of rushdown he decides to do. Although he'll probably just use his 2 damage to me. That's what his hero power does. Alright, he's just going to hit me. That's fine. Alright, so we have a choice at this point. We can summon the Harvest Golem and get a 2-3 out. Or we can summon the Shattered Sun Cleric to get a 3-2 out and give ourselves a 1-3 Stoneclaw Totem. And I like the sound of that, so we will definitely do that. This is the great thing about totems, is you can buff them to actually be quite dangerous. Because most people just think, oh, it's just a totem, it's just got 0 attack, but then you do something. Oh, hello. The Eagle Hornbow comes out, so that's a 3-2. It's going to allow them to trade with both of those, which is a little bit frustrating, but that's fine. We'll get some use out of the Sentient Shieldmaster at this point, I think, because this only does 3 damage, and this has got 5 health, so boop, pop you down, hit him in the face. I like getting these big early advantages if I can. Although he has now got 8 cards in his hand. One of them is the coin, but that gives him 7 different things he can do. So I'm not... Oh, he's just going to Arcane Shot it, and then I assume... Yeah, just going to trade with it. So he's spending cards to get rid of my cards. So that's interesting. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of what he's doing. I don't think it's the best thing, but... Alright, we have choices now. We can Harvest Golem, and then also summon a totem. Or we can Wind Speaker and give our 3-2 Wind Fury and hit for 6. I kind of like the sound of that, but... I'm not entirely sure, because next turn we'll be able to play the Lord of the Arena, so we can't play the Harvest Golem and then next turn play the Wind Speaker, because that would not allow us to play the Lord of the Arena. Of course, in 2 turns' time, this Lord of the Arena will be able to attack, and I could Wind Fury it, but I have the actual Wind Fury for that. So I think we will get the Wind Speaker out, get another 3-3 on the board, and do some pretty heavy damage to him. So we're really battering on him at this point. He probably has some removal, and I do expect that. But really, he hasn't done that much damage to me yet. Alright, so he's putting the secret out. This is probably an explosive trap. Now, all Hunter secrets are traps. So you've got the freezing trap, which makes it so that when a minion attacks, it gets returned to the hand. It could be an explosive trap, which deals 2 damage to all enemies. In which case, this Wind Fury Shattered Sun Cleric is going to die regardless of what I do right now. So we will start just by triggering this trap. Probably explosive trap. It is, okay. So that destroys the 3-2, but that's fine. The Wind Speaker still gets his attack off, and we will summon the Lord of the Arena. So it's a nice big 6-5. If he doesn't deal with this, he's dead next turn, which would just be silly. I do expect him to find a way to deal with this fellow right here. What are you going to do? I mean, he has to clear... Well, he doesn't have to clear the board. He has to kill my Lord of the Arena. Alright, he's just going to hit me. Take me down to 20. Oh, okay, and then he's going to concede. Interesting. He just... I'm not even sure what happened there. So, yay, rank 20. So that happened. Come on, give me some close games, folks. What are you doing? Alright, we'll play one more, I think. Just one more. I really want to actually get a nice close game going here. Because I don't like just, like, winning like this. I mean, it doesn't really feel like there's much competition going on right now. And I like to be challenged. It's one of the perks of great games, is just challenge. And unfortunately, games like Hearthstone rely upon other people, so... somewhat sucks, but hopefully we'll face a worthy opponent. What are we going to get? Ah, a Warlock. Another first. Going through all the firsts today. It's like we're second on a YouTube video. Alright, so we get the extra card, which is kind of a shame because we got the Worgen Infiltrator. That would have been a great first turn. So we will go and mulligan away the Spellbreaker and the Acidic Swamp Ooze. Spellbreaker, we don't really need to silence yet. Acidic Swamp Ooze, he's a Warlock, he won't have weapons. We will keep hold of the Red Leader for now. May get some use out of him if we get nice early board. And, oh, look at that. That's a turn 1, a turn 3, and a turn 4 play. Very happy about that. And turn 2, we can just play the totem. So, I'm liking this. What are you going to do in your first turn? You're thinking. You're still thinking. Alright, well, while you think, I will take a sip of my drink. Okay. Okay, the 3-2. That's fine. I'm fine with that. We will counter that with the Worgen Infiltrator. That counters that quite nicely. Of course, he can't attack it first or trade with anything else because it's stealthed. And it has enough damage to kill the Flame Imp. The thing with Warlock decks and their demons are that they are very risky. A lot of demons have negative battle cries, so it's like the Flame Imp, for instance, a very, very strong one. Ooh, ooh, that's a problem. That is a problem. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's bad. That's doubly bad. Can't trade. Just gonna have to hit me in the face. Oh boy. All right. Okay, this is going to be awkward. We're going to need this to be a taunt. Nope, it's a healing. Alright, okay. Let's think about what we can do here. We can get this guy down to 3, but that will probably die to the Flame Imp. Of course, that would also trade with the Flame Imp. And he only has 2 cards in his hand at this point. So I'm pretty happy with just getting that down to 3. And then waiting and seeing what he does. Healing Totem, not so great at the moment, but it may absorb a shot. Maybe. It depends how threatened by it he feels. So what's he going to do next? What's he got that can kill that Worgen Infiltrator? A Mortal Coil? Oh, he's going to put that on the... Yeah, and then he's going to hit me in the face. He's just going to hit me in the face. Interesting. Okay. Buffing that guy up again. Alright. Well, at this point, I think we should probably coin the Shieldmaster out. Good old nice Shieldmaster. It can trade with the 4-3 and the 3-2 and still... I mean, it'll die, but it'll get away with it. So, Shieldmaster, my good old Shieldmaster, you're a wonderful human being. Well, you're not a human being, you're a troll. You're a wonderful troll. Sen'jin Shieldmaster, I think, just such a great card. Just 3-5, taunt, so difficult to deal with. Besides, it's a troll, and I love trolls. They have always been my favourite race in WoW. Ever since I started playing, I was like, those things are really cool. I want to know more about them. And I love their lore. I mean, I played Warcraft 3... and all the extra campaign stuff with Vol'jin and Sen'jin and Thrall going underground. So, hey, I loved it. I still do. Alright, he's going to draw some more. The 3 damage he's taken from his Flame Imp and the card draw he's doing is keeping him kind of close health to me, even though he's got a distinct board advantage. So I'm pretty happy with what's going on at the moment. A Lightning Storm right now would be great, game, if you feel like listening to me. Oh! Okay, yeah. That was a good play by him. That Flame Imp will now trade just completely for this Shieldmaster, which somewhat sucks, but nothing we can do about that. What? Oh, I see. Why would you do that, though? Interesting. You should have just traded the Flame Imp, because you didn't even finish the trade? What? Okay. So that happened. I think he's made a kind of fatal mistake there, because now I can trade the 2-1 into his 1-2, and then the 3-1 into his 5-3. And just ruin everything. And then trade you. And then we'll just get our next Shield Master out. And he's just like, hey, yo, what's up? Just replacing my friend here. Being a Shield Master Ascension. Not entirely sure he should have made that decision, because that just allowed me to do a lot of damage to his board. Admittedly, we're on now kind of similar cards. And he can now attack with the 1-1, but he's a 1-1. Whoa! Holy... Oh, and he gets rid of the Reckless Rocketeer with that. Jeez, he's just doing... He's being so aggressive right now. Oh, and it buffs the wrong minion. Oh, and now we get you. Alright, well, okay. Let's see what we can do. This Lightning Storm cannot kill this guy even if we get spell power. So we're going to have to think about what else we can do here. Let's see. Let's start by summoning a totem and see what we get. We get a healing totem. Not that great. So at this point we could play the Harvest Golem, or we could Lightning Storm. This will definitely kill the Blood Imp, and it might kill the Direwolf Alpha. Not really sure if I can afford the Doomguard wailing on me, so I think we will give this a shot. Hopefully, because it deals 2 to 3 damage, it will definitely kill the Blood Imp, and that's just a pain in my ass, so we'll get rid of that. And maybe the Direwolf Alpha, so fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Oh, it doesn't kill the Direwolf Alpha. That's an annoyance. But if he leaves that totem alive, next turn I can raid leader and just smack it into the Direwolf Alpha, which will be good. Of course, next turn I should have thought about the fact that I could fire elemental his Doomguard, but that's alright. Oh, he's going to give it into a 7-4. Oh boy, this is hurting a lot. He's going to hit me hard. There's the 7. We have to think about finishing this and clearing his board, because he's put everything into this attack. This is his do or die moment. Oh, the Earth Shock! That may be just what I need right now. Alright, so the Earth Shock, we will do that. That takes it down to a 3. Then we can raid leader. And then get rid of you, because that definitely will make this a little bit easier on me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm dead in 2 turns. But this hurts. It hurts, but we'll be rid of the overload that we had from the Lightning Storm soon. He's just going to continue rushing me down, very likely. Yeah, just going to continue hitting me. Going to get me down to 5. Please don't have a Soulfire. Please don't have a Soulfire. Oh, and a Young Priestess. That's so frustrating. Oh no! He has a Soulfire! Oh, we are in major trouble. What can we do? How can we solve this situation? I don't think we can. First of all, we have to pray for a taunt. This has to be a taunt. It's not a taunt. Damnation! No, there's nothing we can do at this point. Which is a shame. At least I'll kill the bloody Doomguard. And then we will just, yeah, throw you out. Let him finish the game. That wouldn't have helped us anyway. So, the Rushdown Warlock. Warlock are very good at rushing people down. Had I had the Fork Lightning or the Lightning Storm a bit earlier, this would have been a completely different game, but nothing we can do. I asked for a close game, and I got one, so that's what I get for opening my mouth. Thankfully, we can't lose stars at this rank, because we're just that bad. But I think that's a nice way to end. We had 2 good games, 1 close game. I'm not unhappy with that game, I just think I got a bit unlucky with my card draw. May have had a better game had I put that Manatide out earlier and just used it for the 1 card draw. I may have drawn the Lightning Storm earlier, but there's no way I could have predicted that. But that will conclude this episode of Hearthstone. I hope you learned something and had fun with me. So, thank you very much for watching. As always, make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, all that jazz. Make sure you let me know what you think. I appreciate any feedback you can give me. And that would be it. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best of luck with your Hearthstone draw cards. I still need to figure out a good ending for this series, because saying I wish you the best of luck with your card draw in Hearthstone, it just sounds terrible. Let me know how you think I should end every video of this series. So I will just say goodbye for now.